Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today's FabriChat.
Good morning.
Hi.
So every once in a while we have to remind everybody who we are because somebody will find us and then say, now who are you and why do you talk so much? And so if you're new here, we, my daughter and I have owned and operated a quilt shop in Central Washington for 23 years. And during the mask making frenzy and pandemic, we started doing a Q&A program in the morning. And then it was coffee with friends, and then it was let's just chit chat because we're all lonely. And anyway, we've just continued. So I suppose when we get down to only 5 people still watching, we'll probably stop and turn it into a FaceTime call. But at the moment, we keep getting new people that wonder who we are and what the heck we're talking about. So
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, and then the other thing that we do is we do box openings on Wednesday at 5, so tonight at 5, and also Sunday afternoons at 12:30, and that's when we show you guys what is new and what has just come into the shop. And that also kind of started with the pandemic when people couldn't come in, and we wanted to show them what we were adding to the website. So anyway, we've kept those things up, and we have over 400 videos of classes that we've put together and tutorials, everything from techniques to quilts to studio tours to vacations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird stuff on there, so you can search around. And a new video, let's see, on Friday, I think, is when the antique quilts one is going to pop up. We frequently get questions, and we try to answer them here. And the antique quilts question, how to care for them, what to do for them, what if you've inherited or purchased a quilt top. And so there was a lot of discussion about that, and so we put it actually in a short little video, and so that's going up on Friday.
It should be up on Friday.
So if you've subscribed, you'll get a little bell that there's a new one, and you probably got a little bell for yesterday, because yesterday was the start of our Westport block of the month.
Yes.
And that one is the who does the pattern?
Westport, it's, I have Whirligig in my head, is that right?
I think it is Whirligig.
Is it? Okay. It's featuring Hoffman Boutiques. We have a few kits left in a twin size and a king size. You can also get the patterns from us if you need that, if you want to just sew along with us.
Yeah.
What'll happen is you'll get your first one. The video that went off yesterday is just about what you need. So for sure you need the pattern, but if you want to do stuff from your stash, kind of, you know, what the quilt looks like and what you're kind of looking for yardage. Mom and I, as we start doing the block classes, we will do 2 blocks per month. There's 12 blocks total, and then there's the putting it all together on point. Yeah. And then we're just going to use scraps.
Yeah, we're not using the kit, but it's because by scraps we mean we have an incredible amount of fabric that we need to use up.
We've been in the fabric.
Harper's going to inherit a lot.
Yeah. So we're just using stash also. So those of you that may not have gotten the kit and want to use your stash, we are doing the same thing as you. And those of you that have the kit, you have exact color pictures of the exact colors you have are in the pattern. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, so that was yesterday, and that's, all of the YouTube videos. That's what's so nice about them. It's all just free. You can stop, start, review.
If you are wanting to do kind of a beginner class, those of you that new, if you look up the Rose Sampler series, I think it's 15 or 16 different classes, and it goes from anything from like a 16 patch, 4 patches. It's pretty simple, and it's all in rows. Square to square, there's a whole bunch of them, a little bit of applique, so you can just do one row and create this quilt, or if you really like that technique, you can just keep repeating that row and create your own quilt. So and
turn it into a table runner,
or
a bed runner,
and at the end of every single one of those videos, there's actually, you know, the how to turn it into a quilt. There's a hidden gem right at the end of it. So definitely watch those. If it needs some inspiration, needs something new. Maybe that's new.
And it's funny because over the last 3 years, our videos have changed quite a bit. You know, we were so lonely during the pandemic and had no one to talk to. We were here by ourselves. And so a lot of our videos, we shared every single tip, every idea, went off onto something else. And so I think those are samplers. There's a lot of information in that series, an awful lot. Now, each one of those little tips, has become a new class. So anyway, yeah, you can check that out. So. All right, so for the rest of you that are tuning in because it's coffee time Wednesday morning, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. One is, oh my goodness, we broke the internet with these little things.
They're awesome. I mean,
no.
Oh, because they look inappropriate? Yeah, we know.
They look inappropriate.
We are well aware.
We know what they looked like. We absolutely know that some company who used to make these... and they're no longer, I think they're no longer available. Look how red your face is.
I mean, I know.
We knew what they looked like. We were going to say this is a family show.
Yeah.
But everybody's going,
wait a minute. Yeah, I know.
Do you know? Yeah, we know. We were just acting all, innocent, but we know what they used to be. But anyway, now they're water balloons. So we just wanted to tell you that, yeah, we knew.
Yeah. Nowhere. We were just being coy.
People were commenting, and then they were like deleting their comments, and then deleting their comments. It's like, no, it's okay. We're all
we totally
women,
get it.
and I think all of us are the same. We don't want to offend anybody, but we think, well, is that offensive?
I don't know.
Do you know what that looks like? Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. But the kids know it as
only
balloon.
I know, and I suppose if one ever breaks and a child is walking around with half of it, okay, take it, because that could be questionable.
When they get older and realize what I was having them play with, they might be mortified. But
I don't think they're even available anymore. Do you think? I don't think they make these anymore.
I don't think so. No. I think they'll never know.
I think that there would have to be an age group of people that would know what they really are, So millennials, it might be perfectly safe.
Right.
For your child to walk around with half of these and no one would know what it was. But anyway. So anyway, say no more. We'll put those aside and we won't show you again. But mine are on their way. So
they're cool.
They are pretty cool. To not have to pick up the little bits of and if you're new, these are reusable water balloons. Not what you're thinking they are. They have a little magnet, and you scoop it up the water out of your pool, and you throw it.
And I have a 3- and a 4-year-old that totally can do it themselves, can, fire at somebody, collect their ammo, go refill, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
The ones that I ordered, and somebody had asked how much they were, you can go on Amazon and you'll see different little things of them. And maybe there's some other local mom and pop store that sells them, but we don't have a lot of
different brands and whatever, but this is just the one we have, and it's super successful.
Yeah, they're a couple dollars each. You're going to get, I think a dozen was like $30 or something.
I think that was for 18.
Was it 18?
Yeah. They are expensive, and my kids only have 18. But they don't lose them. They count them because each kid, gets 9. So Wyatt will count his 9. Harper will count her 9. Okay, we're good. Oh, can I trade you this one for the pink one or whatever? So they know that if you lose one, that means, Harper, where's your 9th one? Oh, well, I don't know. Okay, you get 8 next time. So
you better run.
Yeah. Yeah, you're short now. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Enough said about the water balloons. And then this was another thing that caused a whole big stir, because this was sitting behind us in a video, and everybody working in the shop said, oh my gosh.
What is that? Brianna, what is that? Why do you think it's mine?
What is that? And then I, being coy once again, said, what? I carry it in my car with me for just in case. What? Because what it is it's a little watering dish for Lizzie. I don't know what anybody would think it was.
I don't know what they thought it was, but for some reason they thought it had something to do with me and having a baby. I don't know what that is, guys.
No, and there's little feet.
I know, I see that now.
Little feet. So you fill this up with water, and then you put the top on it, and then if you're on a walk or whatever, and your dog needs a drink, which oftentimes happens, then it doesn't spill. You just put your finger here, and then the water runs through, and then she can drink it.
Up. Cool.
Yeah, this is really more for a small dog than a big dog, but at least for a little while.
It's something.
Yeah, it's something. Because, and I just keep it in there. I don't actually keep water in it. I always have water, but I've tried that whole thing of how do I pour it and hold it, and, so that's how I use it, is that way. And you'd think I could just have a bowl, but I thought that was cute.
It is cute. And you can also attach
it looks a little weird.
You can also attach it to her little potty bags. And you can just have it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people have those little collapsible bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I think I have one of those also.
Or whatever. The hiking stores.
Yeah. But I just thought that was like super clever and odd.
And it's safe where you could unscrew the little lick part and you can actually have a drink yourself. Because the water won't go back in there.
I could.
So it is kind of,
I could. I would almost have to put that on something bigger. Maybe I could. Maybe that's like a normal size.
I don't know.
Because that's the part that's pretty cool. That's what it is.
Now that we all know.
All of our strange things. And then one other little apology. Apparently the first few people that watched,
I totally
did not put the link. So we got like 20 phone calls. And then finally Brianna linked it. So it's Trinity Lavender Farms. And again, we don't get any kind of a kickback. They have no idea that we suggest that you buy their stuff. They don't know who we are. I mean, I think they do. I mean, if we mention who we are, because some people will mention it. But we have a local lavender farm. It's about, 12 miles from us?
That's George. Yeah, maybe a little farther than that. Not that far.
It's a beautiful spot. And they grow 9 different varieties of lavender, and they make many products that we really like. They do a dog calm that works really well. I had that out this last weekend for somebody else's dog. They brought their dog, and she was having a hard time, but we were using it for 4th of July, and then that whole PTSD that follows the 2 weeks after the 4th, when every time there's a backfiring motorcycle or something, Lizzie freaks out. And it's a spray. It's in a smaller tube, but it's got chamomile and lavender, of course. I don't know, all of those little things, and you just like spray it in her face, and it works instantly. It works really, really well. It's all natural, doesn't do anything terrible. But they have that dog calm.
Or you can just spray it on the top of her head and give her a little head massage.
Oh, and then she can still smell it. Oh, I just go right for the face.
She probably doesn't even face her having this.
No, it doesn't. No. She doesn't mind being sprayed with a hose.
No, she's not afraid of anything.
So I guess it depends. Use however your dog would find it relaxing. But and then they have a pillow spray. I keep that out there also. Some people say, oh, my first night somewhere else, I don't usually sleep. And so there's a lavender.
I like the pillow spray
that helps you rest. But they have a lot of really good products. And but the one that this one is the bottle that we leave down here, is if you have bug bites or sunburns or abrasions, this is what Wyatt calls the magic
mama spray.
But it's Alleviate is what it's called. And Trinity Lavender Farms. Yes. So I don't know if you want to link it again.
I will link it for sure.
Again.
This time.
Yeah.
And then some of you guys placed orders and stuff and had asked, hey, what was that? And I had written the website down for you. So hopefully you've gotten those orders and has seen my little note in there for you. But yeah, totally missed that.
And at some point, maybe they would just send a bottle our way, but we don't ask for it.
They did the very first time because so many people had told them who was talking.
They brought us a little bag full of gifts, and so that was really nice. But we don't expect that. So I'm just kidding. Somebody else had asked us about that because with the people that were here for the retreat, we did some shopping, of course, for Soap Lake products, and somebody else said, well, of course you're part of the Chamber of Commerce, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's true, but no,
not because
it's just these are really good things that everybody should have, Think of how many times we've bought 1 million different moisturizers and none of them were the right ones. So anyway, that's my whole motivation. But anyway, and speaking of the retreat, I have a story I've been waiting to tell you. Sometimes what happens is I wait so that I can tell Brianna and the reaction is right, because it's funny that people have asked all the time if we have a scripted thing or what are we going to talk about, and we never really know. We really are just sitting here chatting, having coffee with friends, and although we talk every day, oftentimes we're working and what we're talking about is different stuff. So I've been meaning to tell you, because some of you guys, if you watched the Sunday box opening, you met about half, probably.
About half of them, yeah.
I think
and
some
new faces, some familiar faces,
and some of them were way too shy. But one person that you probably saw, because some people were saying, I noticed, hi, Allie, I saw that. Me, or different people that you know. So Allie, our little California girl, she has been now to 5 retreats. This was her 5th one. She comes all the time. She's actually looking for property here. She wants to have a vacation home here. She thinks she would save money instead of coming every month and paying for a retreat.
That is probably true.
She could just pay rent and come up all the time. So anyway, so Allie, did I tell you that I took her to the emergency room? Did you know that?
You had told me.
Okay. Yes. So, but I didn't tell you the rest of the story.
No, you did not. That's all you said.
Okay, so I think Allie is where I'm going to talk about her, because I'm not going to divulge any other medical secret, not that there was any, but what happened was she loves to go down to the water and she finds the mud. She knows how to find it. She knows what she's looking for, and she covers herself in mud. I have a great picture. We'll put that picture in of her. So Friday morning, she came back covered in mud and tried to lure people down, and some people went down, and some people are going, no.
Do you know what you smell like?
No. And then the next day she did the same thing. Quite a few of us went down the following morning, and she again covered herself in mud, and some of the others like, oh, I have an elbow. Oh, I have some, thumb issues. Because if you're not familiar with Soap Lake, it's a lake that's 4 miles from here, and it's where the retreat center is, and it's where we live. And little side note about Soap Lake, the retreaters that are there this week said that they looked up some information about Soap Lake, and it was a whole lot of bad press.
Yeah.
And I said, no.
Right.
Absolutely not. And so I get on this little soapbox about Soap Lake all the time, literally. It's kind of funny. We'll play on words there. But Soap Lake has only 3 things that live in it. One is something called tofa. If you look it up, it's fairly rare, and it's from calcium, and it's kind of like in the coral family. We have this tofa. They call it the Soap Lake volcano, but there's this like tofa reef that's in the center of the lake. You can see it on Google Earth. You can see it in there. But so that lives in there, sort of. I mean, it's a living mineral plant, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. It's like coral. And then there is this little copepod, which is he's in the shrimp family, a crustacean. Teeny, teeny, tiny pinpoint. You see a red dot. If you squint, you can see him. Teeny little tiny, and he's lived in there for forever. He only lives in a couple other places in the world. And then there is a little I think it's a dragonfly larva that you can see that's kind of near the shore that you'll see, and they of course don't bite at all, and that's what you see the little white heron eating, are those poor little guys. And that's why we have millions of dragonflies around the lake all the time, because nothing else can live in there. Soap Lake has more salt concentration in it than the ocean, and more salt than Salt Lake. We are a very, very, very alkaline lake. And then there's 16 other minerals in there, one of which, the highest concentration actually, is of sulfur. So sulfur, of course, smells bad, so people wonder about what the smell is. The second highest concentration is actually phosphate, which is what causes soap. Yeah, and so it has this, we like to call it soapy, but if you're not familiar and you walk down into the stench of the sulfur sand, you think it's slimy. And so it's not slimy, it's not goose poop, it's phosphate. And then there's also silica in there, which also makes it super soft, and you can feel that. But here's where the problem is that 3% of the population will get a nasty, itchy, red raised rash for 3 days if they go into Soap Lake. I know you know the answer to
yes,
this.
I do.
We do not have signage anywhere that says
Which
it.
I think is important.
Oh, it's just part of my soapbox. So,
Literally.
I need to position one there. Read this, stand on this soapbox and read this sign. If you have a sulfur allergy or a sulfa allergy, if you can't take Bactrim, if you can't take sulfacetonamides, do not go in that water. Because a fairly large percentage of people will end up with an allergic reaction. Itchy, red raised bumps.
Horrible experience.
Horrible experience. And it happens. And then they write these scathing reviews about all of the critters, because if you Google what's in the lake, we have thelake.org, which is put on by the Conservancy, and they have little links to explain what a copepod is, to explain what TOFA is. But of course that takes you to Wikipedia. And then at the bottom of Wikipedia, it has other related links. And the other related links are nasty
like going to WebMD.
blood-sucking critters that are related to the copepod. It's like, wait. Take that off of there. And I've said that to them many times. Take that off of there.
Don't use Wikipedia.
Because it'll say, what's in the lake. And they click this link. And they go, yeah, but it's because it takes you to Wikipedia. So they give you associated things. No. Do not associate that with our lake.
Yeah.
Things cannot survive in there. There's no fish. There's nothing else. And that stuff, they talk about the algae that's in it. It's not the algae. It's decomposed, these little shrimpy guys, which is sort of sad when you think about it, but that's the black mud. That's what we look for. It's a $300 mud treatment for your skin. And everybody just standing in that water and getting it on their hands as they come out, I say, feel your skin. Feel your skin. It really does work. We can legally say that it does work to treat psoriasis, eczema, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, all of those things. Okay, off my soapbox. Fast forward to the emergency room.
Yes.
So here's Allie. So second day, covered in mud, comes back, and she's out. Mostly you kind of try to rinse most of it off down there at the water, but you've still got mud everywhere. And then she rinses off more in the yard, and then she goes in and takes a shower. So she's standing in the yard over by the strawberry patch, and she has her foot out, and she's starting to rinse herself off, and she gets stung by a bee. I didn't even know we had bees. I mean, I see bees all the time, but I've never ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
and
why somebody
so
who's allergic will. Why? I don't even know. But she has been stung like 4 times.
Dang.
Strange. I know. So anyway, or a wasp. She wasn't really quite sure. It was some little striped vespid. But anyway, so she comes in and she says, I was just stung by a bee. Do you have any Benadryl? Blah, blah, blah. So I go in, get some Benadryl, come back out, standing there with her. Her tongue is starting to turn numb.
Ooh, that happened fast.
It did. It happened fast. And she says, so do we want to wait? And it's like, hell no, we're not waiting.
No.
Wait for what? And then it becomes a ching. So I went in and grabbed my purse and said, take an Allie to the emergency room. We'll be back. So off we go, because the emergency room, it's about 10 minutes from our place. So we get up there, we go in, and she's covered in mud. She's not covered,
but there's remnants.
she's got it kind of around her face here. She's got it here on her chest. She's got it on her arm here. She's definitely got it on her leg. Not as much on her leg or on her foot, but you can see remnants of filth.
Oh no!
And the smell.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that would benefit you to get in and out quicker.
You'd think. No one wants to smell this. So we go in. Has her bathing suit. She's still wet. We go in, and we sit down, and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
tell
check
all
in
of it,
all that does.
And then no one says anything. No one even. I don't think she's even fully aware that she's got it on her face, and on her cheek and whatever. And
well, they probably see so much that it's
probably. And the other thing that happens is a lot of the physicians out at our little hospital, they're hospitalists, you know, so instead of our little family practice guys that work 6 days a week, on the weekends they contract with another company and they have visiting doctors that come in and stay for the weekend. And so that's oftentimes what happens is people that we don't necessarily know and who don't know us.
Yes.
So anyway, so we're sitting in there and then the doctor comes in, super, super nice, really, really nice. And he looks at her and he says, and the nurse is standing there also behind the doctor. And the doctor looks at her and he says, so, what is this?
Oh, the mud.
And she says, it's mud from
Soap Lake.
And he says, oh. And she says, yes, because it's healing mud and healing waters down there. And he says, oh. And he kind of doesn't say anything, you know, and he finishes all of his everything and he leaves. Well, then it was the nurse who, I would assume the nurse lives here, right?
Sure, you think.
I mean, because the nurse is working 40 hours a week or whatever. I mean, could be agency, but anyway. So the nurse says to Allie, the RN, says, oh, you're one of those. You're a believer.
We're one of those.
Yeah. And I said, believer?
Of what?
He says, yeah, people that smear all of that mud on them and they think it works. And all of a sudden, Allie is like hot. It does work. Feel this. Feel my skin right here. Feel my leg. Look at this leg and look at my varicose veins. And she's talking about her varicose veins and the legs hurt and it all went down and she's going on. And the guy is just kind of looking at her and he says, oh, no, somebody had come in a few weeks ago or a month ago. I don't remember what he said. And she had the worst rash from those shrimps crawling all around on her biting. And it's like,
let me educate you, Mr. Arden.
No. And
did she have a sulfur allergy by chance?
And and so we're, you know, both, Allie especially, it was kind of funny because she was like,
well, and she loves the lake.
She loves the lake.
Does.
Because the Indians, there's quite a lot of Native American influence around here, and all 12 of the Colville tribes call Soap Lake their own. And they know the lake not just as a physically healing, but a spiritually healing lake. And that it was important for your heart and your spirit to soak in there and to cleanse yourself. Mm-hmm. And so, you feel, I believe, if you're a spiritual person, you really do feel that. So anyway, Allie was like beside herself. So anyway, so they left and I thought, and I kind of believe that they stopped talking, but mostly, you know, it was the nurse and the CNA that were in there, and they weren't literally rolling their eyes, but they were kind of... You know, and I thought, whatever, I don't even care. And Allie was not happy at all. And so I said to her, Allie, years ago, I mean, in the early 1900s, Soap Lake was the #1 tourist destination in 3 states. Mm-hmm. Everybody came here. 10,000 people would come through here in the summer and cram onto those little beaches with nothing more than, you know, the amount of room their beach towel would take up. Mm-hmm. And she said, yeah. And I said, okay, do you want that again? No. And
okay,
I said,
then.
right. Let them think it. Don't let them come. It's perfectly fine with me. It doesn't matter. I feel like I would never want anybody to leave with a rash.
Right.
So I warn people about what might cause a rash. But anybody else, you tell your stories and you guys go to somewhere else. Lake Chelan, some other place. Sun Lakes is lovely, but you can just leave our little lake alone. And we always have room down there for ourselves. So anyway, so Allie, bless her heart for standing up for her wonderful lake. But, and it was kind of funny because we did have to stay there for an hour because they had to, you know, keep an eye on her. But yeah, and they also said that was okay. They had seen worse with people coming in with things smeared on them.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't think they were probably fazed by it.
No.
They're probably just hoping it wasn't what they think it is.
Yeah. Even though it smelled a little bit like that. But anyway. And then afterwards, I said to her, because the other thing too is she was getting really puffy, even in the face. Around her eyes was really puffy. But then afterwards, at the end of the day, after she'd come back, the meds had kicked in and she took her shower. She looked wonderful because she left the mud on for far longer than the prescribed 20 minutes. You know, she had it on for 2 hours.
Yeah, but it was super moisturized.
Yeah, took 20 years off of her. And then I think just for fun, you should show them Allie's present. Every time Allie comes, she brings presents for the kids. She calls them the littles.
Yes.
So Wyatt and Harper and Orion and Aurora and Eliza always get presents from Allie.
And she finds the coolest things.
She does. She does.
And I think this is supposed to be for her, but I haven't given it to her yet. Because
we had so much fun with it. So we just have to tell you. Take it out of the box.
So this is a baby surprise. It's a Steffi Love. It's like Barbie.
It's like Barbie, but I think they must not have been able to say Barbie. And of course, so she's opening it, and I think standing there was like 5 women, all of us that were standing there. And so we're opening up, and all of us older women are being a little snarky about the fact that she looks far too young to be pregnant. But, so we were kind of laughing about it a little bit. And the box says, well, what is it? Do you think it's a boy or a girl?
Boy,
or
girl, twins.
And then it has this little belly that comes off. And so the funniest thing about it is that we were kind of playing with it, and Brianna was playing with it, and she pops off the belly, like twists off, and all of a sudden,
it's a little. There's 2 little babies that pop out.
Every single woman in that room went, ah!
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cute.
Oh, like it was like real.
Yeah.
That we just gave birth
it's
to
pretty funny.
2 little twins. Yeah. It's
she had the whole belly and everything.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
So
cute. I thought the funniest thing was the
reaction.
100% reaction across the board. Gleeful that Barbie gave birth.
Yeah, she had babies.
Or Stella, or whatever her name is. What's her name? Not Barbie.
Steffi.
Who is
very cute.
Young, and her whole life has changed now with these 2 twins.
Yes.
And your baby news is, let's see, what are you now? 18 weeks?
18. Next week I have another appointment. I don't think it's the measuring ultrasound, so we won't find sex or anything. I don't think it's that one, but I always never know. They surprise us with all sorts of new things every time we go. But yeah, that's our next one.
And everybody asks if you're going to find out if it's a boy or a girl.
Yes, only because Robert wants to. I am game for a surprise because we already have one of each. So, whatever it is whatever it is. But he feels like he needs to prepare himself. And the baby will have its own room, so it's not like we have to figure out who's, sleeping where, who's sharing a room or anything like that. So, but yeah, we're going to find out. I think it's a girl, but we're game for whatever.
Right. I always knew. I knew for each one of you what you were.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, that'll be fun. All right, let's see. National Day. So today wasn't very many things. Which was kind of funny. And it's funny that, so the other thing that we always like to find different reasons to celebrate. So we always look up to see what today is. And we generally know, we only talk to you about it on Wednesdays or Sundays when we do box opening. But we look every single day.
Look it up.
And we have friends that will text us, oh, guess what today is? And so we've got everybody kind of watching because it's important to celebrate something. Every single day. And if you can't find something in your life to celebrate, first of all, look harder. Second of all, they'll tell you what you can celebrate. And it's also a really good way to decide what you're going to have for dinner. That might be really random and strange. And about that, remind me about Dad's present. I'm going to go back to that. Okay. Because I eat something that everybody knows about me is almonds. In fact, I'm just going to tell you now about Dad's present. I eat almonds every single day. I'm addicted to almonds and popcorn.
Yep.
And so people know that. So when people either mail me a present or bring me a present for some reason, if they're coming, I will get chocolate-covered almonds and cocoa powdered-covered almonds, powdered sugar, sriracha. It doesn't matter. I've never met an almond I didn't like. I mostly eat raw almonds just because I buy them in the great big huge, whatever that is,
Kirkland
a 20-pound Kirkland brand package. And so that's just what I buy, but I like specialty almonds. And so anyway, so what's happened is this month has been kind of busy because we've had a couple of people that have come up like from Oregon and have stayed out there and have stayed in a bungalow and and they bring almonds and or bring something else.
Sorry, cooking baby.
That's a lot of work.
Yes.
And you can't drink any of...
I know, the go-go juice.
Say it.
I know.
Say it. So anyway, so Dad is used to, these boxes of chocolates or almonds or whatever. And then on Wednesday, I went to Pasco and picked up our 2 Utahns who had flown in from Utah to attend the retreat. And we always stop at the Country Mercantile where we'll buy different things. And so I bought a couple of things for Dad. So I got... he likes peanut brittle, and what was that? Oh, and pistachios. So I bought those for him, and anyway, took him in, and I had him sitting there, and he had come in that night, and I think there was also some almonds or something else sitting there, and he says, oh, and he's looking through, and he says, oh, well, these are good, and I said, oh, those are for you, and he had picked up the pistachios and the peanut brittle, and he said, they're for me?
Oh!
And I said, yeah, those are for you. They're both of these are for me. And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, who are they from? And I said, oh well, they're for me. Oh.
That's so cute.
I know. It's like, well, if you wouldn't be so shy.
But the funny thing is, everyone who comes to our retreats love to meet Pa, because of course he's there all the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So he's, the mystery man, always, wandering around. But they love to stop and chit chat, and meet him,
and he's very friendly. He loves to sit with people and talk. He's very friendly. He's just shy on the camera, but that's because his pud buds
pick on him.
Why are they watching? Why are they watching us? You guys should stop watching and stop picking on him. So that's why he doesn't win.
He'll call me and say, hey, so-and-so said you said this. Yeah, I did. Yeah. That was me.
So he gets picked on. So he likes to visit with people. And so anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway,
cute.
poor little Pa.
You got a present.
No, from me. But anyway... so today is National Grab a Handful of Nuts Day.
Grab it, there you go.
We're going to call it Grab Your Nuts Day, but we thought that might not be... after all everything we've talked about, we're going to call it Grab a Handful of Nuts Day. And so, and that is what today is. And then it's always kind of fun because then they get into this whole thing about, is it really a nut? And, because an almond is not really a nut.
Correct, right.
It's a, what do they call it? A drupe, D-R-U-P-E. Mm-hmm. An almond is related to an avocado and a mango and a cherry. It's not a nut, but no one cares.
Weird.
Grab those, eat those, super healthy, high in antioxidants. And it's also... I printed it off. I thought
and that was my favorite thing. So when I lived in Seattle for college and I went to my monthly Fred Meyer grocery trip, I loved making my own peanut butter because at that Fred Meyer they had a, measure out your whatever, whether you were peanuts or you're gonna mix your nuts, whatever. You put them in this big old blender and it creates fresh ground peanut butter or nut butter, almond butter, whatever. I loved it. I did like 2 different little ones so I could keep trying it and loved it. My favorite thing to do.
Yesterday, was National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. Ooh. I'm sorry, you're just now finding out about that. I can't remember. It was something else, like National Missouri Day or something. It's National Watermelon Day today.
Ooh, that's good.
I know. You'd think I would have remembered that one. And it is, this is why I could remember. It's Clean Your Floors Day.
No.
Why are we celebrating that?
No.
I'm kind of not into that one.
Like, I sweep, but I've got dogs, so I kind of have to, but...
I know.
Definitely not going to mop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Roomba, she's gotten special. She's not the sharpest tool in the shed anymore. She pretty much just does the rug where the dogs sleep, and then she hides under the couch. And it's like, Roomba didn't go back home. Hurry, Wyatt, Harper, go find Roomba. They're looking all over the house. And she's literally, right there. She doesn't go very far anymore. So She's on my Christmas list, so we can replace her.
Get a new one.
Yeah, one that can actually do more than a rug.
Yeah.
Oh, I've sucked up enough dog hair. We're good. I'm just going to take a nap right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's another one that when she makes that sound, when she gets a little stuck and sucks up something that she does, and she goes, oh, oh.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh, you
What'd you
thing.
get? Yeah. At the
Like
moment, she likes to suck up Nerf bullets.
Oh, you have a lot of those in your
That's her favorite thing. So we tell Wyatt all the time, we'll make sure you pick them up. And he does a pretty good job because he doesn't really like that she eats them and they have to go in the garbage. But yeah, that's like she deadheads for those things. Attracted to green.
Yeah, that's about all it is today. Is it wasn't very clean your floors day. That's why I could remember watermelon day. I'm kind of picky about watermelon. I like watermelon flavor, but do you like watermelon?
I do, but I am picky. It has to be like a perfectly ripe one. Ones that
not one that's soft and mushy.
not a soft and mushy, not like an overripe one.
No, I don't like that.
So
I like it like near the rind.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. I know I'm not, and sometimes the hearts are really good if you get like the perfectly good one. But I think our season, in the early part of the summer, I think we were still in like reserve watermelons. Because I feel like I haven't found the perfect watermelon yet.
Kellstrom is selling them now, and they have the small seedless ones. Those will be good.
There'll be the season ones. So I think that's where we struggled in the beginning. Is because I think we were doing the ones from the
CA storage.
Yeah, from storages. Not the fresh grown this year. So
yeah, that could be. Yeah, watermelon flavor though. If you've not yet tried, here's another little mini commercial. I can't link it because I don't even know, and you probably. But it's the Kirkland brand, which is our Costco brand. They make a little margarita icy pop thing.
Oh yeah.
And it's like 8% alcohol, and there's like the regular original margarita flavor. There's a strawberry flavor, and then there's a watermelon flavor. Dang. Those are good. Mm-hmm. Those are really good, especially when it's hot, and not that day drinking is always okay, but on Saturday if you're out doing yard work or Sunday, those are really, really nice. Mm-hmm. Watermelon flavor is really good. So the other thing is today is Martha Stewart's birthday.
Oh.
And Tom Brady's birthday. So, FYI. Things to celebrate. All right, let's see. It's getting hot in here.
It's hot in here. This little room is a little cook shop.
I know. So let's see. Let's talk about the quilt back here.
This is Fuss Bucket.
Fuss Bucket. It's what, and we have. Are you gonna link? We have a video about this, right?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I'll link the video.
Yeah. Super easy
really
quilt.
Fat quarters, a half a yard of a focus piece. You can always create this as just everything, if you're going to make a purple and teal quilt for someone, you can make your centers purple and your fat quarters all different kinds of teals. Sashing. The sashing just kind of breaks it up a little bit, makes your quilt a little bit larger. You don't have to do sashing if you don't want to. And then the sashing is also the border all the way around. So it makes kind of a large lap, twinish size. Really good.
You can just make more blocks if you want it to be bigger than that. We have another one where we used a panel. And maybe we can find that, and we'll show that tonight at box opening for you. But it is a really fast quilt. It's a cute way to show off a line of fabric. And the other reason that we're showing it is because we put together some kits for you guys. And so this is like the original one that is like this one. Mm-hmm. And then we put together a couple of other ones. So like this one. This is really cool. So there's some manly ones. There's some guy options.
Oh, we forgot the other ones. Paisley Rose. So they're kind of a more modern floral.
Yeah, in a couple of colorways. Yeah. So and then I think there's even a Christmas one.
I think so. And then when you're looking at the pictures of them, this piece that runs across the bottom of your kit, that's your centerpiece. And then so this little blue guy would be the center. The other fat quarters would be this round. And then that light bit is your sashing and border. And then it also comes with a pattern. Yeah. Or if you just want the pattern to do some from home, you can purchase the printed or a downloadable version of Fuss Bucket.
Yeah. So, all right. I think that's it. The shirt is already driving me crazy.
It's cute, though.
It's weird.
It's because it's young. It's young people things.
I know. Am I too old to wear this shirt?
No, I don't think so.
I felt like I had to wear it. This was one of those shirts that I schlepped around through
the Mediterranean
and never wore. Because I bought it.
It's really cute though.
It makes me feel like I'm
It's cute. Have wings?
Yeah, and then when my bra strap does fall down, I'm not aware because I think it's my shirt.
Your shirt.
I'm feeling like I'm not going to wear it again, so enjoy it while you can.
Done it, tried it. Nope.
It's a little weird. It's like pants that ride up all the time. It's like
she bought it because it was white and had lace on it.
Two big things for me, white and lace.
Who would have thought the little sleeve bit would be weird, but yeah, the little cutout thing.
Anyways,
it's cute. I still like it.
Well, you'll see it again tonight for box openings.
You can really admire then.
Unless it drives you crazy. All right. See you guys tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.